Took me 10 years to find the answer something. I forgot about it in 2 seconds. That's about it.
You should still say
Hello,
racial slurs.
everybody. Welcome to the stream.
Before we start, I just want to give everyone a heads up. This chapter is going to be fucking long.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of figured we're already wrapping up the chapter 4 of the questions arcs. This one, I have a feeling is going to be long, emotional, and most probably very confusing.
This next chapter will be 3 hours.
On my life, I am tired of 3-hour chapters.
People better take pee breaks now.
I'm not entirely sure how this episode can hit the same emotional levels the last one did, in the way that the good guys already lost for this chapter. So, can they lose more? Let's find out.
I mean, we still have one good guy.
I guess that all depends on how much else you want to go ahead and invest.
You know, I think I realized standing here.
You were just like me.
Yeah.
Tried to make history.
Fuck. How did I forget that?
I don't.
Anyways,
What is?
I mean, Umineko. Fuck, I almost called it Danganronpa.
Wow.
I'm doing shit for Danganronpa on my channel.
Man,
right now.
Danganronpa S is a video game that I played. It's
Did you enjoy it?
It's very video game.
That's not very.
There's
reassuring.
gotcha elements in it, and yes, you can pay for it.
With real tender money?
Do you want the swim? Do you want to play as the swimsuit variants of characters? Pony up if you really, really want it. There's even an era that you can roll 10.
Is
Can
there
I
a
get
possibility
Ibuki and
that you?
Chiaki, though?
You can
Sorry
get,
about that.
get swimsuit Chiaki. Yes.
Can I look up the bonus stuff on YouTube?
Yeah. You can look up like any of the stuff on YouTube.
Is
Can
there
I
any?
get bunny suit Chiaki?
Hey,
Hey, let Con go. Come on.
Sorry. Is there any possibility that you don't have to pay for anything?
Yeah, you don't have to pay for anything, but it just takes a while.
Yeah, how about that next line of the visual novel?
Yeah, I
I'm
think
not even
someone just
reading yet,
now-
Roboot.
Dude!
At any rate, here. Yeah, I'll talk about that later when we aren't doing this right now.
Okay.
So,
Now we're reading.
yeah, Angie. I wonder if
Oh,
Angie's in
return
the
it this
mood.
way.
I wonder if she's in the mood
I am.
to listen to some M. Zaki.
Yeah, that too.
This episode is brought to you by Mzaki. Let's get started.
Let's need to get a drink.
Yo, thanks M. Zaki
Alright.
for sponsoring this 3-hour-long stream of just your music and nothing else.
We hear the door get kicked in and hear like a gunshot, and Orange is fucking dead. Because he said that.
Orange boy found dead in Miami.
Damn.
Are you
Howie-
in Miami?
No, I'm not in Miami.
Oh, thank God.
Also, shout out to
back
Error. Also, shout out to Error 2002. I am not allowed to play Endwalker because of you.
What do you mean?
Error
Try logging in.
2002?
Did you not
Yeah.
get in?
I did not get in.
Weird.
That sucks,
I had
Pop.
some issues, but I just tried again and eventually it worked.
See, the thing is, you're not in the U.S. I had a 4,000 person long queue, and then it told me error.
When Endwalker launched, it was 11 in the mid afternoon, for where I live. Trust me, there were more people logging in.
I mean, 11. Oh, yeah, that's right. The fucking data center bullshit. Okay, all right,
Also-
Colin, if you're ready to go, let's do it.
Just also wanted to say, I'm not going to be taking notes until about after the chapter, because 3 hours straight. 3 hours
Yeah.
straight.
Let's go. Come on.
Let's kick it.
I'm just not in the mood.
Amakusa turned the radio off. I'm sorry, Amakusa. The world of cheery sounds is immediately swallowed up by the roar of the sea, and blotted out by the ocean's gray.
Can you see it? Over there's where the harbor was at the time.
Hmm.
The boat kept. Oh, see.
The boat captain pointed, but I couldn't really recall that scene of 12 years ago. I thought I'd surely be able to immediately remember how things had been at the time. But no memories came back to me. After that incident, the island was sealed off and left to the wild. I couldn't satisfy myself with the thought that this was just inevitable, and it felt sad and painful for some reason. But at least I remember one thing. You might say that it'd probably be the same anywhere on the sea, but I remember at least one thing. The cries of the seagulls. I do remember those. When I was young, I rarely went to the ocean. So everything that symbolized the ocean meant Rokenjima and a family gathering to me. In short, it was a symbol for the happiness of going out with my family. However, at this point in time, it seems doubtful whether that even was happiness. In my younger days, the trip had felt like a relaxed family vacation. But considering my parents' situation at the time, it was surely a very difficult trip to handle, with the distribution of the inheritance filling a place with the smell of gunpowder. I can remember giggling all over the place, completely ignorant of my parents' feelings.
Shall we?
Yep, I've just been avoiding the bouncy animation. Rekenshima, the place of all beginnings, and the end of a line for all journeys.
Amakusa, in an attempt to speak from my innermost feelings, tried to sound cool. The boat slowly rounded the island. I hoped that viewing it at a different angle might bring back my memories of the island's silhouette at the time just a little. But in the end, even when that inland was hidden completely by cliffs, I wasn't able to remember anything. Captain, please tell me. About that other harbor you mentioned.
Sure. Okenjima supposedly has only one harbor. But that's only for public appearances.
On the back of the island, there's another hidden harbor. Like Rokkenjima itself. It has a second face, which no one knows about.
Rokkenjima is an island owned by the Shiramiya family. But it has another face, as an island owned by Kinzo-san personally. Shelly, I do believe it is your turn.
Thank ye. So this island has 2 harbors and 2 mansions. He sure spent a lot just to keep a mistress.
Who knew about the other harbor?
Very, very few. Kinzo-san, the butler of What? Oh, rephrase that. Very few. Kinzo-san, the butler, Genji-san. Those of us involved with the boats. And a very small number of the oldest servants. Both the previous owner of the Nanjo Clinic and that Kumasawa Ba-san knew. Naming them off like this makes it sound like there were quite a few, but basically, there was a small number of people who knew.
Please, tell me about that other mansion.
I was only told that there was a mansion called Kuwadorian. Since I wasn't allowed to leave the boat, I never saw it, not even once.
So, it was far enough away but you couldn't see it from the harbor?
I don't know. But it was a hidden mansion, after all. It was probably built where you couldn't see it from the outside. Anyway, Kuwadorian was the biggest secret of that island.
There's a theory that Beatrice lived in Kuwadorian, or else was confined there. What do you think, Captain?
I did sometimes carry miscellaneous goods to Kuwadorian. And that included a lot of that stuff only women would use, and expensive stuff like that. I'm also convinced that theory is true.
So, sorry, let me try again. So, does that mean you never saw Beatrice directly, Captain?
Nope. Came and went for about 20 years and I never saw her once.
$20 Whoa, that means she's at least 20 plus. She's super legal. Looks like she wasn't some mademoiselle. God, Dante speaking French is like the funniest thing in the world.
But one day, bang! All coming and going to and from Kuwadorian suddenly stopped. That was about 30 years ago. And so around Showa 43, 1968, I think.
Bang? You mean suddenly?
We came to the hidden side to set a schedule to carry food and trash back and forth. Right, the inside was what we call the harbor link to Kuadorian.
I get it. So then?
One day we got an urgent message from Genji-san. He said that until we heard differently, there was no need for us to go to the inside anymore.
And did you hear differently?
Not really. Long story short, one day I was suddenly told that they wouldn't need regular service to the inside anymore, and that I didn't have to take food either. At first I thought I was being fired. But I quickly figured out. Going by the reactions to the servants who knew Kuadorian, I managed to guess somehow.
Beatrice died, and there was no longer any need to take food or people to care for her.
That's what I think. From that point on, I was never told to take a boat to the inside. However, after that, Genji-san came to see me face to face and got pushy. Strongly urging me to never speak of anything related to the inside until I died.
So, if that hidden mansion was abandoned for 20 whole years, why was Aunt Ava there? On that day 12 years ago. Ushiromiya Ava somehow escaped harm alone in a hidden mansion 2 kilometers away from the mansion. Why was she in a hidden mansion that had been forgotten for 20 years?
I saw on the talk shows. Even I don't have a clue what happened. Not once did I guide Ava-san to the inside. I have no idea how or why she knew about or reached Kuadorian.
I wonder if it's possible to reach this hidden Kuadorian by land.
Yeah, guys, can you just give me a call out when it's my turn? I just don't want to be
Shelly.
but thank you. I went back and saw it, but I'm not looking at this rocking boat because it's killing me.
That's fair.
If, as we heard, the forest was dense and uncultivated, I seriously doubt a well-dressed lady person to be able to bush crash it. What?
Bush crash?
Lady person. So what about by sea? Maybe there was a motorboat or something.
Are you kidding? That 2-nighter typhoon was awful. No way could you ever use the boat.
So what if there was an underground passage or something between the mansion and Kuadorian? Wouldn't it have been a pain to have to charter a boat each time he wanted to visit his mistress's house?
Shelly.
Thank you. You mean connecting a tunnel long enough to connect mansions on opposite sides of 2-kilometer islands like Wakanjima?
Well, I'd like to laugh at the thought, but this rich guy made a whole hidden mansion for his mistress. Guess I can't deny the possibility. What do you think, Captain?
I'm a man of the sea. I don't know about holes. But if the Japanese military dug a 25-kilometer tunnel in Iwo Jima, wouldn't surprise me if that Kinza-san could dig at least 2 kilometers.
There really is something wrong with this island. Even now, not one of us really knows a thing about it. The boat reached the shore.
Wait, this is orange.
My bad.
They would have to walk a short ways to reach the mansion.
I'll wait here. The mansion's that way. The bathroom back then's probably still there, but I bet it's covered with plants. Make sure you don't get lost.
Boat's not shaking anymore, buddy.
Silly.
Okay, so now
We
I
got
can
off the
focus.
boat.
Thank you. Okay, I can actually read this. Right, let's go.
Thanks for everything, Amakusa. You wait here too.
Well, I had a feeling you'd say that.
I'm just delivering something. It'll be troublesome for them if you come too. I imagine your toxin is strong.
Toxin? Oh-ho.
I'll be back soon.
Also, sorry.
Today, our main goal is Kuwadorian. After I deliver this, I'll come right back.
Angie put on a knapsack holding the flowers she would offer.
Oh. Give her some space, youngin. See you soon, little lady. Your family's waiting for you.
I had never been on a road like this, but I had no trouble finding my way. If I walked straight ahead, it would probably guide me to the final destination for everything. It was true that the vegetation was incredibly thick, and if I didn't pay attention, I would lose track of the path. But the road that was left was much clearer than I'd guessed it would be. Still, that didn't change the fact that it was a bad road. Contrary to the distance shown on the map, I was forced to walk a long way. The forest was deep and dark. At the time, I had been threatened into staying away from the forest because a witch lived there. Of course, that fear is gone now, but I feel it. Because I was me. I could feel the presence, like an aura, of the Golden Witch Beatrice. Here and there were massive fallen lumps of rock along with overgreen trees and ivy. And the voices of birds and bugs. Yeah, I feel it. I feel that the witch is here. Ahead, an ivy-covered construction site fence and warning sign stood. No entry. Tokyo Metropolis. That was written on it. Yeah, that's right. When you think Tokyo, you tend to think of a city. But Rokkenjima is also located within the Tokyo metropolis. Apologizing to the sign for my rude mistake, I climbed the fence. When I crossed the steep slope beyond that, my field of vision rapidly expanded. And a fresh sea breeze blew through my hair. It was like the top of a little hill. Below me was a vast view of the island. I could only see desolated forest and rock walls spread out below me. But I realized that the mansion was probably somewhere around there. The steep downward slope beyond this hill had probably been caused by earth and rocks collapsing from 12 years of wind and rain. It had become a slant filled with crags that you might even call gentle cliffs. And it would be easy to tumble down, though it looked like climbing back would be pretty difficult. In any event, it seemed that proceeding any further would be impossible. If I continued any further, I wouldn't be able to return. In other words, this is the border. This place is 1986 and 1998. And it is that day and today. The boundary between this world and Nirvana. This spot is this journey's final destination, it seems. As the strong winds blew Mamon's and Sakutaro's hair, they looked down from the hilltop.
From here, I can't really tell. Where's the mansion? Let's get closer.
Ryu! That's impossible! Won't be able to come back.
We won't be able to come back. Is that it? I see. This is 1998. And I am the Ushiramiya Anji who has been left all alone. At first, this was a journey to die. But not anymore. It's become a journey to accomplish something. Yeah. So, I'm sorry, you two. Although, as I was back then on that day, I would have gone down that cliff without any hesitation.
Come on, it's pretty lame with a skyscraper jumping Kushirumi and Anji.
Sorry.
This place is as good as any. After all, you can feel the wind of that day.
Is the wind really like this?
Yeah. Very soon, they will come. Everyone.